So you know how like I take care of my grandfather in like the evening. Like right now he's like at a rehabilitation center, and he usually watches Fox News, but because of the place that he's at, I guess they're liberal as fuck. They only have CNN
That
and
would
ABC
suck.
and NBC. Yeah,
You're like
they
old
don't have
and
any.
dying. Just let you watch what you want.
I know, like they restrict you to liberal bullshit. So like these.
Oh.
So CNN for like the past couple of days have been like talking about like the CEO that was like murdered from United Healthcare. Did you hear about this story?
I don't watch the news. You know that.
Okay,
And
good.
you've been watching
So
the news. So if you want an unscathed perspective, here it is.
A. So I think his name is Luigi Margione or Marione or something like that. He basically like comes from like this affluent family, and like he went on a killing spree and like killed like straight out of Batman. Okay, like this is like straight up like Gotham City, like DC Comics bullshit.
What did he
like
do?
So United Healthcare has been under scrutiny.
Like, what did he do? Tell me about the murder. What did he fucking do?
He followed him, and then he pulled out a gun and he shot him multiple times in the back and killed him.
He just shot one person?
Yeah,
You made it sound
the CEO. Like... Well, it was the CEO of United Healthcare, but yeah, it was just one person.
You made it sound like this person went on like a murder rampage. They shot a person.
Yeah,
they shot the CEO of United Healthcare. I'm sorry. That sounds like Big Pharma to me.
It is Big Pharma.
Yeah, so like, is this like a good assassination? I know there's no such thing, but like, I mean, if we killed the leader of Big Pharma, I don't feel like that would be a terrible thing.
I agreed. Like, there's no justification for like murdering somebody.
I'm not really saying that. Like, we shouldn't murder people, but I'm asking, like, wait, is this really, really bad? It is bad because he's got a family and stuff, like, from that perspective, but like, you know.
But you know what?
It's what like, are people saying?
No, it's like honestly also like
healthcare system's fucked. Is that why he did it? Or is he just nuts?
No, I think it's a mixture of both. Like, I think it's because he's nuts and also like has to do with United, like with healthcare in general. I think these are one of the things.
How the fuck did he find him? That's what's crazy. Like, a lot of people are like kind of pissed about, like this or that, but to actually track somebody down and like shoot him, that's fucking wild.
These days, it's really not hard. I mean, certain
celebrities... Did he live in the same city as him? They live in the same city?
I think he was originally from Boston, if I'm not mistaken.
So the fucker got in the car and drove a long distance to go do this?
Yeah, he planned this. He, like, planned this whole thing and did it in New York City. Yeah.
Boston and New York City. It's not the furthest in the world, but when did this happen?
I think last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, damn.
And it took them like 4 days It took him 4 days to find them, by the way.
United Healthcare is what I used to have. Why did it take him so long to find him? Why is he so good at hiding?
I don't know.
Huh. But they did find him, so he's not that great at it.
Well, they found him actually because he was at a McDonald's, and the McDonald's employee called the FBI.
So everybody knows what this guy looks like, huh?
Yeah. He comes from like an affluent family, so it's not like just some like run-of-the-mill, like...
But people don't like this guy.
There are actual people that are like cheering him on, like calling him a hero.
I was curious because like healthcare system is shitty.
Oh, it is. And something, it's hilarious because like we've talked about this before, like even somebody like RFK, which is kind of one of the things that he's trying to do, which is what his uncle did way back in the early 60s, is we have a healthcare crisis. Like today on the phone, okay, I called up the dental because I've needed my root canal. And I finally got like my new coverage. I have now where like it's in certain brackets. So like my root canal is like between like $240 to $480. Like that's the cap. And I was like, just telling the lady on the phone, she's like, well, the only availability we have is like until January. And I'm like, that's fine. Just letting you know, I was diagnosed with a root canal in 2017. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, because you charge $3,000 for me to get one fucking tooth, have somebody put a shit in there and clean it out and close it up, and then put a crown on there. It's $3,000. Okay, like, I don't have that kind of money.
No one does.
You don't have that kind of money. Like, most of us don't have that kind of money to throw around, you know. And like, I get the
I feel like a lot of places aren't letting you do like a payment plan these days anymore.
They don't give a shit. They don't give a fucking shit. All they care about is making the fucking money. This is all this healthcare system is give you pills, how much fucking money they can make off of you, and how much money can the insurance fucking drain out of your living life when you actually need.
They're so filthy rich. Filthy fucking rich. Like, so much money they don't know what to do with it.
No, I know. And it's fucked up because, like, where is us in the equation, you know?
Up the ass.
And
getting fucked.
We're both young, but the truth is, like, we do need to go to the doctor from time to time. Like, there are things that are going to come up.
Oh my God, I nearly died.
And the fact that we can't even afford, like, the both of us can't afford proper health care. Look, my heart goes out to
for these fuck faces. Excuse me. Anybody that I work for, you know, but I'm just saying, like, I gotta work for people who don't give a fuck about me and treat me really shitty and just kind of like run me around all the time. I gotta do that just so I can pay more money to get half-ass health insurance that I can hardly ever even use. Also because I'm always at work, so I can't get out of work to go even fucking use it. I'm spending all this money and it's still not enough, and it doesn't even cover anything, to be honest. It just lets me just go so that I can give them more money. Because honestly, no. Like, my doctor's appointment was $150. My copay, just to go there, just to fucking go there, man, $150. And like, I went there and I thought it was like covered on my copay. Like, I like went there and I paid like my $40 copay and I was like, okay. And then I get home and like a few days later I got a letter saying like, oh, well, the appointment was actually, you know, $180, but, you know, like, the copay was $20, and so you only paid, I mean, the copay was $40, so you only really paid $40. You need to pay the other part. And I'm like, wait. Why didn't you just charge me the whole $180? Why was I'm paying the whole thing anyways. What the fuck are we doing here? Doesn't make any sense at all. And who let all these people get away with this for so long? That's what I want to know, is like, why is everybody just bending over and taking it forever, everybody?
I mean, look, like, my heart goes out to his family, like the CEO, like 100%. Like, he's got a wife and kids. But the fact is, I'm sorry, people like him, people like even the CEO of Starbucks, okay, that has the audacity to say, well, our focus should be on speed. You know something? One thing I actually enjoy about going to Starbucks is the fun staff, okay? It may take me a little bit longer to get a cup of coffee. I don't give a shit. I'm paying $8 fucking as it is, right? I don't care.
I don't want to see people miserable while I buy my coffee.
But then you have the people that are running these companies. Their fucking fixation is, well, let's make it faster. Let's restrict and spend less money. I get that. But you're dealing with people, man. Like, you're dealing with fucking healthcare, bro. This is insane. Okay, I remember I lived in Israel, or I'm just giving that as an example because that's one place that I was at. You had universal healthcare. Okay? 3 a.m. in the morning, I was in serious pain, went straight into urgent care, cost me $0.
Yeah.
Okay?
When I was
I
poor
needed
enough in LA, I could do that. Yeah. Not with dental, but anything emergency, they'd cover it for me.
dental. You know how much in Israel, the guy didn't want to do root canal. In Israel, the root canal was $480, but I couldn't afford it at the time.
Oh my God.
So he did a filling on there, and the filling cost me $115. Okay? A cavity to get done in Israel is $56.
Oh my God. When I was in LA, I just had this horrible flashback. I remember I went to one dentist and they told me, like, because I had this infected tooth. Like, I'm like, seriously, like, my mouth is infected and they won't
Mm-hmm.
help me
No.
unless I give them thousands of dollars. Like, my mouth is infected and they won't do anything. Like, they just, like, stare at me and be like, well, I don't know. It's like, that's the other thing is, like, we have a lot of doctors that aren't helping people to help people. They're helping people for money.
Well, it's because of how our insurance is structured. Like, people don't understand that basically what these doctors are doing is they're going to school literally to be managers for the insurance company. Because all these
Yeah.
doctors are doing is literally
Sign
processing,
paperwork. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like that's it. Like, there's no.
It's their
So,
autograph. That's all
so
it is they just sign off. They just make it legal because it's approved by a doctor. Right?
like, yeah, like what are you
They're
are you
just a
doing with?
human approval system. It's
And
fake. It's like they've
you
abused what a doctor is. It must be miserable. Like, it's like a good thing the doctors make money because it sounds really shitty to
think
just be
about it
like a
also
tool like
with.
that after you work for so long at your education and you learn all this stuff. And I mean, some of them are just shits, and some of them
Mhm.
are just naturally smart. They don't deserve any like praise because they didn't really work that hard for it.
I want to blow your mind for a second.
But I did want to tell you that about going back
Yeah.
to the dentist shit. There was
Yeah,
when I went to
wanted
my
to talk about that.
dentist, they said it was like $4,000 to get the tooth taken out and to get like, like
I
a
paid
tooth that I need,
I
And
paid $500 to have my tooth
I
emergency
know, but
removed in New
listen to
York.
this. This is the kicker. He goes, "Well, I could just take it out for you for $1,000. $1,000 to rip my tooth out." I was like, "And what? Just have a hole?" And he was like, "Well." And I was like, I think I'll have a crown." Like, goodness God. He was like, "Well, that's what people do. They just rip it out and they just go without a tooth. Like, welcome to poverty." I was like, "Holy fuck, and you want $1,000 for it? I'll go rip my own tooth out, you assholes." Like, $1,000 to rip my tooth out of my mouth. I can't with
So
this.
here's the wildest thing here in the United States. Okay.
Doctor's offices used to be a local thing. It used to be
they
like
used
the
to come to your
actual
house.
person in your town that knows shit. Didn't used to be some big company that owned the doctor and the doctor signs the papers. This is not.
My parents didn't have health coverage until the 1990s. And the reason was there was no need for health coverage in the 80s. Even though my mom's memory is not the greatest, but she would tell you that visiting a doctor would be $25, or sometimes if it was more expensive, they'd let you pay it out. What I was going to get at was, like,
a whole lot.
No, not at all. The thing about dentists are, and this is the bananas part, they're considered specialists. So their schooling, I kid you not, you can Google this right now, is somewhere in the neighborhood of between $300,000 to $500,000. An average MD is between $180,000 to about $200,000. Can be more depending on the school that you choose. That's insane. So no wonder why dentists are so expensive. No wonder why so many states these days no longer offer dental coverage. Most states now offer dental benefits. In the state of Florida, this is bananas. There is no dental coverage. We only have dental benefits. So the way that my dental is structured, remember I told you earlier how it's like in brackets? Your two options are, they finally had this now, where you pay in a bracket. So it's like between $200 to like $400. It's still a lot of money. But like before, it's $3,000 with coverage. Okay? with cover and then you have to have a waiting fucking period. Like, there's all this bullshit. Like, it gets even worse as you go down the ladder from, your general practitioner, like your just general doctor. Like, the second you go down from there, it's hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of different times that I tried to see specialists for things. I don't feel like any of them ever really helped me that much.
I had a really good podiatrist for my knee. Remember, because I had my injury last year. And he told me the best thing that I would ever hear in like my life. He said, look, he says, I'm going to help you. I'm going to rehabilitate you. He said, but fact is, you may still have a problem for the rest of your life. But he said, if you make sure, which I haven't done, it's like, if you make sure to do like the right exercises and do what you can, you're going to be okay. I've done everything that I can as a doctor. Now it's your turn to be able to do what you can with this new thing that you have to deal with. That was great. And like, I remember even him like sitting down and like explaining to me exactly like how the bone contusion happened. He spent over 38 minutes, close to like 45, with an entire place full of patients. There are doctors like that. They're hard, they're rare, but you can find them. Ground control to Major Tom. Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
No, the doctors are just brings up a lot of thoughts.
It does.
Saw so many different specialists for so many different things over the years, and I realized that I just have to take better care of myself.
I've started supplementing. That's one big thing that's been a really big help. Like, I didn't even realize this too. Like, I've been taking vitamin D. I live here in Florida and we have tons of sun, but the problem is I'm constantly indoors.
Yeah.
So even though like I do get some sun exposure, I don't get enough of it. And then like I've been having a problem with caffeine. Like I just have not been getting like enough. Yeah, I'm addicted to substances, all right? I admit it. Like, I am addicted to nicotine, cannabis, and caffeine. Like, I need this shit to survive.
Yeah. So I'm addicted to sugar and,
What I was going to tell you, we all are addicted to cakes and Oreos and fucking ice cream, and it's great. Oreos. But I have... What were we talking about? I just lost my train of thought. We were talking about doctors. And then we were talking about supplements. So I had for caffeine, it's called paroxetine.
What is it supposed to do?
It's a caffeine alternative.
Oh, wait, you stopped drinking coffee?
No, I still drink. I have like just one cup of coffee a day in the morning. But I have the same cognitive functioning that I had at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have that right now. If you haven't noticed, I've been a lot more like here, even though I'm high as balls. It's because I've been taking that. It like lasts like the entire day. It's amazing. There's so many things that you can learn about like medicine and different ways of taking care of yourself. Yeah, like I could eat better, I could exercise and shit, but I'm kind of getting pissed off with the whole healthcare, medical, like especially with my mom.
Oh yeah.
I'm just...
They took so much money from me this year. Yeah, with your mom. I get
RFK,
that.
If you're listening to this podcast, please, for the sake of this country, we need fucking universal healthcare. Like, I'm not trying to be like, we really need it. Like, we're at a point already.
Really terrible though. Like, how do you think that the universal healthcare that they like, what's the word? I want to say institute. No. that they put in place, like the universal healthcare that they put in place is not going to be good to us.
Well,
if it was universal healthcare the way that it should be, then yeah, I'd be rooting for it. But they're gonna give us universal healthcare, but it's gonna be shit. Like, it's not gonna be what universal healthcare should be. You know that.
Maybe, but here's
the dream of what universal healthcare was when people started talking about it 20 years ago.
Nothing is going to be perfect, but here's the thing, though. One interesting part about the United States is we're states. So more than likely, if there is some type of form of universal healthcare, it would be by a state-to-state basis. What more than likely will happen is you'll have like a form of state-by-state universal healthcare and privatized insurance. Something that RFK has spoken about, which makes sense. They do this in Britain, which it has its pros and cons, which is where you add on benefits. Okay. So, for example, you get your typical free coverage, but you can add on, like, for example, coverages of like hospitalization, urgent care, dental, vision. There are things that you can add on. But again, it's not a perfect system. I'm not going to lie to you. However, we're at a point where either we need to change the way that we're doing this, or chronic illness is just going to sporadically just keep on climbing. And more people such as ourselves, as we get older, we're going to be locking ourselves up in a cage. Okay, let's think about this for a second. We just said before that doctors have reached a point that all they are valued is a signature on a piece of paper or clocked in on a computer. That,
I mean, unless they're like surgeons that are like legit, like in action, I think they're just approval people. Like they've
been denying my mom because these are surgeons.
Approve, yeah, one or the other.
Because they want to just do spine surgery. They just want to do spine. They hear hips and spine. They just want to do spine. They want to go where the money is.
Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, they're like profiting off of our bodies.
In what way?
Like they profit off of our bodies. Like we're meat. Like we're product. You know,
we technically are meat and product.
That's what I mean. We're their product more than they're actually helping people. It's out of control. Like when you're at an ER, you're at a store. Like they are like running SKU numbers. They're running barcodes. Like you're buying. Like if you've been to the ER recently, or like they just run barcodes like you're at a self-checkout. And they're like, and you have this and this and that. And they won't give any of it to you until they run each one of them through your insurance to make sure that that your insurance will pay for it. Otherwise, they'll just let you lay there and die. They would too. And they're all taught not to, but they're all too busy to notice if you die. It's not that they won't try. They just be too busy to see you because you didn't have the money. And they will. They'll just kind of like push you out the door too. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's not always that way. Like I have had some times where they let me hang around and stuff, but for the most part, they just kind of are like, well, you're not dying at the moment. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, seriously, they basically say it. You know?
Yeah.
They do. Anyways, sorry. But I've been
no.
treated
I mean, you
like trash.
Well, look.
So is a lot of people.
You know what? I remember.
They're like, are you about ready to go?
I remember I spoke with this gal that was a part of a Native American reservation. I think it was the Cherokee Nation. The Cherokee Nation has universal health care. The way that they do it is per tribe basis. So depending on where they have the facilities, what basically is paid to pay for the cost is the tax money that they collect. So like, for example, like casinos, liquor businesses, among other things. And the medical systems also feed back into the community as well. So, like, for example, they'll have members that will go to schools and show like presentations of like the different things that they do. So everything kind of feeds back within each other. So like almost like the money is there is money that needs to be paid, but it's all flowing within the community.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it's like wonderful. You know, you can go there for the ER and they will do full body scans. Full body scan. They will not let you leave unless you're fully checked and everything is completely. And she was like telling me, she's like,
I don't think I've ever had one body scan.
Yeah, they do like full. But I think it's called like a panel. They do like a full body panel. I think like they do it through your blood. Like
I've
they
had a
check.
panel. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like one of like those. I don't know all the fucking technical terms, but like I know like it's something where it's like they do like they take your blood like multiple times and they run like many tests.
Yeah, and they told me that I need to take better care of my liver. And I was like, well, it's too fucking late, man. I know what you're talking about.
Did I tell you that
up when I was younger.
I was told by a dermatologist that my heart is perfectly fine. Oh, by the way, your heart is running at a 35-year-old rate.
What's wrong with that? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. And I told this to Mac, my brother, and he was like, what? He's like, I've never heard that before. I'm like, neither have I. Like, can you imagine your doctor just being, you're fine. By the way, your kidney is 46. How is that a good thing?
I don't think it's a good thing. I think he's trying to say, like, your heart seems a little older than your age.
We all, pretty much my entire family, like, heart disease is a known problem. Like, my dad suffered from it. So, yeah. But, I mean, is it really going to be better?
No, it's not cool to hear.
No, it's not, but it's kind of like
really
almost
creeped out when they told me that my liver wasn't doing well. Like, I think I like worried about it for a few days. Like, I was like, oh, and I like read all these things and I was like really disappointed and I felt like genuinely old. And I was
could
like,
take supplements for that, by the way.
And
like
they said
if
you
your
take
liver
milk thistle.
Really?
That's what I read. It's what it says online, to take milk thistle. If I
milk thistle.
Yeah, the supplements and vitamins and things. That's what a supplement is, right? Just a vitamin.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, it's like we do need like proteins and things to survive, but like there are other nutrients that we need. Like,
what else do you take?
I take magnesium.
Yeah,
B12.
magnesium is amazing. Did we talk about this last time?
I think so.
Wow, look at us.
I love supplements. I think like I am still miserable and depressed and like anxious all the time, but I do function a lot better. You know, like my reflexes are a lot quicker, like particularly when I'm driving. So, yeah, I'm a lot. I don't know. It's like even when I'm high, it's weird. Like I have a lot better reflexes. I'm like a lot quicker to catch things.
Oh, I just need more sleep. Like, I don't need all this shit. I just need, my work to stop waking me up so fucking early and stressing me out throughout the night.
I mean, I wake up about 6 a.m. and I head out to school at about like 8:45. So
this is so interesting. Like, I overheard some girls talking about like what vitamins they take.
Mm-hmm.
And I overheard this girl say that she takes red raspberry.
That's very specific. Why?
I know. The fruit and leaves of the red raspberry plant contain nutrients and chemicals that may have health benefits, including antioxidants, fiber, vitamins and minerals, algric acid. Raspberries contain algric acid and phytonutrient that may help prevent cell damage.
Yeah, All berries are acidic.
Ooh, it's good for your kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
So red raspberry flavonoids. Raspberries contain flavonoids, which
Sorry.
may improve kidney function and reduce cancer cell growth. It's interesting. It says it's really good for pregnant women as well.
I honestly, like, when it comes to, like, I call them like the juju, supplements. I don't know. I kind of stick with things that I've like researched and kind of like seen results for, like magnesium. So the thing that I didn't realize is like B12. My doctor explained this to me. Like B12 doesn't work well by itself. So you can't just take B12. So you have to like add something to it. So she told me to add magnesium because that helps with cognitive function. And like with the added B12, she's 100% correct. Like it's a night and day difference. I think like you have to figure out what supplements work for you. Like I got judged because I have like a 400 for my vitamin D, and the guy's like, that's too low, and I'm like, I know I'm not that dark. I don't need that much vitamin D. I just need a little. I
Well,
just need a little.
yeah, they prescribed when they did my panel. They were like, "Holy hell, you have no vitamin D." I mean, I don't know what my number was, but they prescribed me like a pill for it, and so I have like a vitamin D from the
Was it like
doctor.
10,000 or 5,000?
Well, it's down in the car, but I bet it says I don't know what it is.
Have you not been taking vitamin D?
I hadn't been because
No,
like
honey, you need to take vitamin D. Like you.
I
Oh
wanted
my
the
god!
prescription.
Before we end this episode, we got to talk about your nails. Did you get your nails done tonight?
Yeah, can you see them?
Ooh,
And they're red
that kind of
chrome.
that kind of reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, like the ruby slippers.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're like. Oh, I feel like okay, so how many milligrams? I told you I bought the Happy Light, right?
What's that?
The Happy Light is like light therapy for like seasonal depression. So it's like a light that emits like fake sunlight without getting sunburnt. And it's not like a
Oh,
tanning
it's
bed or
UV
anything.
light.
Yeah, but it's like a certain type that you're not gonna get like a sunburn or whatever, but it gives your body like the same chemical reaction as like being in the sun. So your body will produce vitamin A and vitamin D. And when you wake up, you're supposed to turn the light on and have it shine towards you for 10 minutes, and it's supposed to treat seasonal depression.
Ooh.
So I bought that light. Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any
My
side
mom was
effects?
like, "What a waste of money."
You know what? I'll be honest, like there is practical medicine, but there are certain things that I've definitely seen that are, I mean, beneficial. Again, it depends on each person. There are things that work for me that probably won't work for other people, and that's fine.
I want to see how many milligrams. It's really not that many. Dude, I think
What?
it's 50.
No way.
So I mean like I could take like it's only 50?
No,
It
you
says
need a lot more.
but it's vitamin D3. Does that matter?
That's what it's called, but people call it vitamin D. Yeah.
I don't
So
know. Yeah, they're 50 milligrams.
nah, you need
But
higher than that.
what is MCG? Wouldn't it just be M
Micrograms.
MCG?
Yeah, mg is milligrams. MCGE is micrograms.
It's a soft gel though. Does that make a difference? I got
They're
the
all
liquid.
soft gel. Yeah.
No,
don't
because
know
my
if
old ones were just like actual pills.
the
This time I
soft
got
gels
the
work.
gel.
The gels digest and are honestly better than the actual capsules. I honestly, honey, like I'm taking 400, okay,
Mm. Yeah,
micrograms. So you
I
need a
think I
lot
could probably
more.
take at least 2 of these. Like,
No, you need like either 5,000 or you probably need about like 5,000.
well, they only gave me 100 pills.
Only 100?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like as many as they said my insurance would do. It was 100 of them. So like, I want them to last for a while. I don't know when my next refill is. But I
You know you
had
could just buy them
this.
in the store.
Yeah, but they're cheaper this way. Like they're covered under my insurance. I
True.
don't know that they're the same, you know. But
I mean,
I wonder if my old one was like a stronger prescription and this one is like weaker because it kind of feels like that.
yeah, this feels weaker. I'm going to be honest with you, like you need a higher dosage. This is like way too low.
I don't know what.
But
I don't know how I
uh,
ended up with that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I know that you have 30% off on your website for your candles. It's a shout out. Karissa makes handmade candles, handmade in Iowa. It's called Velvet Earth Shop. You can find that at velvetearthshop.com to get your 30% off discount. That's still going on.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So 30% for the holiday season. And
Woohoo!
again, motherfuckers, if you be smoking, right, need them candles to get away the stank. All right. If you want to check out more of the pod, we're on all the socials, and we're on YouTube, and we're now on Rumble for American Groove only at Lost in the Groove Pod. So with that, what do we tell these motherfuckers?
Thanks for listening. Thank you. Peace out.
Adios, muchachos.